pressing thing we need to talk about. It's your first impressions of a certain game. I'm very excited to hear. Here on the Tuesday show. Wow, we're here. Yay. Look, with special guest, Amy. amsleycat. How you doing, Amy?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm great. How you doing, Cammy?
I'm fine. We've already asked about everyone else.
Yep, I backed you into a corner on purpose. I wanted
You
to see what
did.
would happen. I wanted to see.
I panicked.
But as we spoke, I think it was on Press Start, actually. The
Yeah.
Press Start show. Cammy let me in on a little secret that Amy had not. Well, you know what? I'll let Amy explain herself. Amy, go ahead and explain to the world what's going on here.
So I didn't see The Last of Us 2. Sue me. So Cammy was like, you should play it when you're not sad, and I was like, well, I'm sad all the time, so what are we gonna do? I was gonna play it for Halloween, but everything got messy, and then you guys were like, yo, we were talking about you in a good way, and you want to come on and like play the first 2 to 3 hours of the game, and then come and talk to us, and yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah, because at the time, like the game leaked, like the big thing leaked, and I don't know how you didn't hear about it.
Neither do
I really don't.
honestly.
I was not involved in it, and I heard about it. I don't know how that happens.
Yeah.
See, I watched, because when I was like, I didn't play a lot of games. Like I played like some games, but like more games that were like expensive, I'd say. Like I didn't play a lot. I watched people play them. Do you know what I mean? Like with
Yeah.
like Detroit, Walking Dead wasn't expensive, but I didn't have a PC, so. But like all those kind of things. So I used to watch PewDiePie play them. I think me and Cammy spoke like some people like I've noticed. I think actually we all spoke about this. Like we all had a
Yeah.
go-to YouTuber that we kind of watch Let's Plays. I think
Yeah.
wasn't yours Markiplier and Cameron's was Jacksepticeye? If I've got
Yeah.
that
I think
right.
so. Yeah.
It is.
That sounds right.
Yeah, and we were like, oh, we're the three. So like, yeah, I'd watch him. I think I watched him play The Last of Us 1, and then I don't think he played. He might not have played The Last of Us 2, because then I just didn't.
Oh, he definitely played The Last of Us Part 2.
He did,
he?
but
He
That
played the
fella-
DLC.
hated it.
He definitely did. I can check real quick.
I'm gonna check too.
You two check. But you like forgot the ending of The Last of Us 1 because you were playing it on stream. Plug for Amy's stream on Twitch.
Oh yeah, he played it.
And you'd forgotten the end of it, and I was like,
Well,
if you've forgotten the end of it, then you can't know
oh, you
Last of
did
Us
play
2,
it.
right? And you were like, no.
I recognized the thumbnail for it though, so I don't know how it. I really don't know how I haven't seen it, because like, when I was playing it on Twitch, like I did forget the ending, but I also remembered like him running to save her. Like I was like, oh, I remember this.
You remember it
But,
as you
like,
played it.
yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this, but like I still wasn't like, I don't know what's gonna happen at the end of that game. Do you know what I mean? Like I was like, oh, in my head I thought someone died in that game, so I was like, someone's gonna die. And then I was getting really emotional because I'd worked myself up, like, oh, someone's gonna die. And then I was fine. And I was like, okay. So yeah.
Well,
I
then,
don't know how I didn't see it.
Part 2.
Well then, Amy, tell us what you thought of. Well, you know what? We'll lead into it. What do you think of like your? Because I think it was your first time playing it, just in general too, right?
Yeah.
So how do you feel about that little opening sequence before we get to the crazy part of it?
It felt alright. It felt like nice to be back in the thing, but it was also just like different. I don't know. I think I went into it expecting something's gonna happen, so I was constantly on edge. Especially because like a lot of people had told me, like it wasn't just Cammy, it was like pretty much all of my stream bar one person. And then
Don't play it.
yeah, everyone was like, play it, but like it's gonna be sad, or play it, you're not gonna like it. And I was like, so like the whole time starting it, like I was just sort of a bit on edge, like I don't know what's gonna happen any minute now. Something's gonna, because Cam was like in the first 2 hours, like when though, like is it at the end of the 2 hours? Is it Do you know what I mean? So I couldn't relax, but I did enjoy it. I just like felt a bit like what's gonna happen now?
A bit on edge. That's
Yeah.
probably fair.
Foreboding.
I mean, it still looked good and like. I thought it was
Well,
good.
well, it should be said too for people that are watching this. There's gonna be spoilers for The Last of Us Part Two. If you
Yeah.
didn't know already,
Well, up to the first
Amy's
3 hours.
Amy's like our control test, or like patient zero, who we get to see at
Yeah.
this first impression on. So, Amy, tell us about how that one sequence made you feel.
Well, the thing is, so when I played it, I was really shocked because I said to Cammy, "Can I say things?"
Yeah, yeah. You can say everything you've played, and then we won't go beyond what you've played.
Okay, so I've only played up to like pretty much after he died because I had to put it down. Like, so I had to have like 5 minutes, especially because I've been ill as well. So I was like, "Oh, this is not good." But I said to Cammy before we started, and I was like, "I'm gonna stop talking because you're not here and we're not filming." So I was like, "I'm gonna save what I'm gonna say," and I was like, I thought going into it that one of them was gonna die, but I didn't know which one. I was like, I'm pretty sure it'll probably be Joel. Like, I was just like, I could tell, but like, I didn't want to think I was gonna be right. I thought it was gonna be something else. Like, they were gonna thought like with the whole other stuff, why they were like, what happened at the end of the last game. I was like,
You
maybe
can
something
say
bad.
it. You're
Yeah,
fine.
I know. With the
You're
whole
the
him
only
saving
person
her.
in existence who
You never know.
didn't know.
Literally
I
the
might,
only person I have ever met that didn't know what
Same
happened
here.
then.
I
It's
might
like a
find,
miracle.
I might find someone of my kind somewhere. I thought it was gonna be more to do. I was hoping it was gonna be more to do with like him, like saving her at the end of the last game and not letting, and lying to her basically. So I was like, oh, hopefully it'll just be something to do with that, and they'll just bodge it up somehow. Do you know what I mean? Like the dialogue or like something. But I think that he might die, and I was like, And the whole sequence just felt shit. I was just like, even it wasn't even like a really, really good one. Do you know what I mean?
It wasn't heroic.
Yeah,
It was a girl with a golf club.
yeah, like where did she get the golf club? Why didn't she like what was the point?
She took it with her.
Yeah, I know, but it's just
She liked
stupid.
Bitch.
it. It's the apocalypse.
You take what you can get.
I will
She had a
say
gun right in front of her.
I will
You
say
want him to
that
suffer.
I
Cool.
edited Luke's Last of Us Part 2 critique, and
You did very
watch
well.
that, by the way,
It's
because
amazing.
I'm a big fan of The Walking Dead, the comics, and lesser so the TV show. But that lead up to the Joel moment is pretty fucking stupid when you look at it from the outside. And I can see why it infuriated a lot of people, but at the same time, it's like, okay, ruthless world, ruthless people, I get that. But the lead up
Yeah.
to it was like, she runs aimlessly through the snow, Abby, and then she runs into the exact human being she was looking for in the snowstorm. And
It's
then he
fine.
saves her life. Like, it's
Yeah,
infuriating.
like everything he's learned up to this point, which has taught him not to trust people, he forgets, he disregards, and he says, "Hi, I'll tell you my name
But isn't it
and
Tommy that
save
tells them as
you."
well? Like, isn't it Tommy that like at one point just says like both of their names, and you're like, why would you say that to like people you don't
Yeah.
know?
Oh,
And
it's
it's
Yeah.
both
more
of
of
them.
them than you. Like,
Both of them are so stupid.
yeah,
In that
that's the
sequence.
whole thing that I didn't get because I felt like it was like really out of character.
It was
I've
out of
seen
character and
people.
it was almost
Yeah,
forced.
Like
I've seen people
he
try
just
to.
killed him, and like he didn't put up anything, and like there was just no like. Do you know what I mean?
I've seen people try to justify it, saying like, "Oh, Joel has had 4 or 5 years at this point in a
I've seen
safe
that.
space, and he's learned to trust people, and he's getting older." And I think that's fine, but in a game, you should see that. You should see that character evolution for
Not
that
jump.
then to make sense. Not a player retroactively going, "Oh, but this probably happened, and that's why there's a change in character." It's like Game of Thrones all over again for me.
It was just, it was just. Though the one thing I did
Yeah.
like is when he was like, "Who are you?" and she was like, "Guess," and it was like, how out of like, wait, what do you mean guess? But he just didn't give her the satisfaction. I was like, yeah, okay, I like that. Do you know what I mean? They didn't say anything, but also, what do you mean guess? Like, how is he supposed to know? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, It's literally the whole world.
Me and Jake are
Yeah.
now holding back from spoiler
Yeah,
territory
I
now.
can tell. Next week.
I should.
Sorry,
I really like The Last of Us Part Two. I think it's a neat game, but oh my god, is it? It's about on par with like The Walking Dead TV show in terms of just
Oof,
stupidity sometimes.
that's
Where,
saying
but
something.
you still love it. You still love it because, but
I mean, I've said from the off I don't like it.
yeah.
I've always said I don't like it.
She has many times, especially in my stream.
Yeah,
She's
sorry.
always like, I don't.
Like,
She, we're playing like The Witcher, and she'll be like, I don't like The Walking Dead, The Walking Dead, The Last of Us 2, and I'm like, cool, Cammy, we'll get around to that next week.
my last was no. It's like I always try and like have a little like caveat and be like, but if you like it, I'm really happy for you. Like,
I
I
know.
don't think my opinion is correct, but I don't
Well,
like
no,
it.
you definitely
It's
think
fair.
you think your opinion's correct, and that's fine because that's your opinion.
It's got a point.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You wouldn't say I think this, but that's wrong because that doesn't make
Okay.
any sense.
I think
I
my
think
opinion
this,
is right, but I don't think anyone else is invalid.
There you go.
you don't
Okay,
have
yeah.
to
That's better.
force your opinion. Yeah.
I
Okay, we
think
get it.
my word is like gold, and if anyone speaks against it, they're stupid and
Mm.
an idiot.
Hmm.
That being said, play The Last of Us Part 2 and watch The
Or
Walking
don't.
Dead.
I never finished The
Don't.
Walking Dead. I think I got to like, oh, it probably wasn't even past season 6 or something, like maybe 5, 6, and I just kind of got bored.
Yeah, they love their boring fucking episodes where nothing happens. That
Yeah.
fucking show. It's the
I
perfect
think season 1
show in
was
the
good.
background. Season 1's great. I think it's like seasons 3 and 4 are kind of fun with like the
Yeah.
governor. The stuff with
Mm,
Negan is really fun. And
yeah,
then
no,
I
I
don't know
get
this
that.
the stuff we're at now. Comparing the comic book to the TV show at this point doesn't even. It's not even close. The comic book is so much fucking better. I'm
I've actually
Where
almost
does
never read
done
the
with
the
it.
comics.
where does the
Right?
Telltale games rank?
I'm playing that on stream right now.
I know you are.
I've
That's what I'm thinking. Like, it's
I've
the comic
seen it.
books, TV show, the games.
Yeah.
Where do they all rank?
Would you put them in a list?
I would probably put the Telltale games in the middle with TV show at the bottom, comics at the
Okay.
top. But I haven't played the
I didn't
Telltale
even
games in a
know.
long time.
I didn't even know. I haven't read the comic, but I was gonna say I'd probably put that in the middle. I just assume it's like a middle of, because the thing is, with my problem is I've seen, again, I watched PewDiePie play pretty much all of the whole Telltale games, but I've never played them myself. So I was like, I'm playing them myself now. I know the end of season 1 makes me absolutely sob. So
Yeah.
like, I've not watched it since last time. So hopefully I might catch that on stream again. Even though I know. Um, but like, I think the whole thing with the Telltale games is that they say you have a choice, and like, you do have a choice. You get different dialogues, but it doesn't really change the game at all. Like,
Oh
if
yeah.
something's
You
gonna
don't
happen, it's
really
gonna
get a
happen.
choice.
That's the only beef I have with Telltale. So like,
That's
They're
they
bad
say
at
you have a
making
choice.
games.
Well, they
I
were. They
didn't
don't
say that.
exist anymore.
Yeah, they were
Oof.
bad at making games. Now they don't exist and made a bunch of not very good games. We're looking
I
at
still think
Games.
you,
Walking Dead's good.
Minecraft story mode.
Oh
Some of
no.
the games are good. If you've
Yeah.
played the Batman, the
Mm,
two Batman ones, they're
they're
good.
good. I think
Wolf
the
Among Us
season
is
one.
good.
Oh, Wolf
I think
Among Us is
Walking
good.
Dead
I
is
like Wolf
good.
Among Us.
Wolf Among Us.
I think
Walking
season
Dead
1 is good.
season one is by
It's
far
the
the
best.
best.
I think I can't, is it season, the last one? I think that's pretty decent. It's not
It's like,
amazing, but
yeah.
I think the middle bits is where Walking Dead kind of goes down, with characters like Kenny as well. Like, I feel like Kenny was such a flippant character that was just like, and I watched literally, like, I think it was like maybe an
Okay.
hour or 2-hour video of like someone dissecting Kenny's character. Like, it was just like pretty much like a whole dissertation on it. And one night I was like, yeah, one more video before bed, and it's like 2 hours long, and it's just like, it's really interesting. I might drop it in because it just goes through like everything to do with the Telltale game / specifically Kenny, and it's just really interesting.
Oh.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I never thought much of Kenny, but I keep in mind I have not thought about those games
In a
or
long
played
time.
them in a very long time. Cause I don't know, I think the first time I watched the Walking Dead TV show I was in like 9th grade or something, maybe 8th grade. And now
How old are you in those
I was
years?
gonna say we're British. This means
that's like
nothing to us.
13, 12 or 13.
Okay.
That's so weird to me. Wait, I guess it's actually not, because when you go to year 8, you'd be like that age, wouldn't you? Like 13, 14?
Somewhere around there, yeah. I can't really remember what it was. I'm the
Because
wrong man to ask.
we were talking about today, because we were recording and my drummer loves Michael Jackson, and she was like, I've always been terrified of Thriller, the song. I don't know if you've heard it. It's
Oh
quite
no,
popular.
we've definitely
Yeah,
heard
with
Thriller,
Thriller.
Amy.
Oh, yeah.
That Michael
You're gonna
Jackson
do
guy.
it.
Oh boy.
This indie band.
He's pretty undercover.
Yeah. That...
You know, it's the song. Wait, no.
No, you don't, Amy. We did know. We weren't kidding. We do
It's
actually
cool.
know who
No,
Michael
no,
yeah.
Jackson is.
It's the I can't speak now.
Oh my
The,
god.
the voice in it, the scary voice is like
The beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it. It used to, if I was a child and that was on, I would leave. And the Halloween was like the worst time because it was always on. And we were talking about how old we were in year 4, which is like 8 or 9.
Oh, it's
And
too much math.
they put on the video, a Thriller. They put on loads of videos of Michael Jackson. And this video is like 15 plus. And I'm terrified and like crapping myself. And then the music stops, and I'm like, oh, it's finished. I turn around, it's just like a zombie, and there's like all like blood comes out of its mouth, and I'm like, it's not nothing to do with the conversation. I just thought it was like kind of interesting.
But this is Thriller. And it's Day of the Dead. It's still Halloween technically.
I karaoke'd it on Twitch.
Oh, there you go.
It was fun. We played
Oh,
5 Nights
plugin.
at Freddy's.
Oh yeah.
Oh, what did you
Nights at
two
Freddy's.
think? I think did you guys both play it for the first time this Halloween?
Yeah.
This was my first time, but yeah.
Well,
First time on PC.
What'd you think? What'd you think of Five Nights at Freddy's?
Cammy?
I hated it.
Okay.
I think I said this when we went live, didn't I? I was like, I hated it. I hated every second of it. I wanted it to end. I streamed it for like 2.5 hours, and I was so scared that my like stomach was hurting because I was holding myself so tense that I had to stop playing it because I thought I was going to be sick because I was. It's just that it's being watched. It's not being able to move. It's first person. It's jump scares, animatronics. The whole thing is like a tailor-made nightmare for me. Brilliantly made.
But what did you
congrats,
think?
Scott Cawthorne,
What'd you think
no.
of the Matt Pat theories?
I haven't watched
Did you
them.
watch
I
dozens
watched
upon
a lot of
dozens?
those.
Yeah, there you go. See,
No,
how deep did you jump into the lore, Cammy?
not at all. I think, to be fair, when the games first came out, I would have been 14, and they scared me like when I was 14. And normally, the way I process things is I find out all the information I can so I can rationalize it. Like, it works for most things, it works. And it meant that I delved into the lore, and it made everything worse. And that's all I remember. I don't remember anything about the lore or the theories. I just remember thinking, oh, I'll read more and then I can rationalize it and everything will be okay. And the more I read, the more I was like, I hate this. And I've blocked it out of my mind because it was traumatic.
It is interesting.
It's
I-
goofy as hell, but it's
is
a fun
goofy.
ride.
Oh, no.
It is. I might go back just because it was boring.
When you
and I
can
was
go
back,
through boring, bland, simplistic games like that are like really repetitive, and then like build
There's a
a
story
Bible, yeah, like build a gigantic thing of a story out of it. That's like stupid fun. That's one of my favorite things to do.
I think like the first time I played it was on an iPad when it came out, like the original. I think it's harder on PC.
Oh, it is. Yeah, first
Like-
time I played it was on my little iPod Touch, and I was fucking great at it. I think it's because it might be a little bit scarier when you're on a computer.
It's sensitive. The thing is, I actually only got caught out, I think maybe 4 or 5 times within the 2 hours that I played it, or an hour and a half. Like I didn't actually they didn't jump scare me a lot, but like the thing that I found difficult was with like so Cammy's fuming. Cammy's
What's wrong,
fuming.
Cammy? What's your problem with
I-
Freddy Fazbear, Cammy?
She has this competitive nature with me, and because I beat her, she's not very happy about it.
To be fair, we are really competitive, but I'm shaking my head because like flashbacks to being caught out and jump scared, and I'm like, no.
The thing is, like, if I watched back because I was gonna clip, there's a bit in it that I go like we're on night 4 or 3, and I'm like, how many nights are there? And I'm like, it takes me 2 seconds, and I'm like, it's called Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's 5 of them, and I'm just like, it's the dumbest thing I've ever said because I said it with such confidence, and then like 2 seconds, I'm like, so I wanted to clip it and save that, but like. The thing that I think I found difficult was like, say if this is the game screen and you have like the door and the door, and then you have the little bar at the bottom where you can click to lift up the iPad stuff. Because I don't know why if it's me, but like because I was moving my PC mouse, sometimes it would just like trigger it. I'd accidentally scroll over it and it would come up, and then that's when I'd get caught out on the jump scare. And like on your iPad when you're playing it, you could like physically just tap it. You wouldn't like catch it, and that's why it was difficult for me on PC. Because I was like, oh, get that down quickly. I need to shut the door. Do you know what I mean? And it was just like, it wasn't it.
I have no idea what you mean, but
No.
I have absolutely no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Okay. This is your game screen. This is your game screen.
Right.
You can move to look at the doors, and at the bottom of your game screen, like I was gonna draw on the computer, like right here,
Yeah.
it's like a little line. And if you click on it, it brings up all your cameras,
Right.
like security footage. And whenever I'd scroll my mouse, it would accidentally catch it, and the thing would just come up without me like wanting it to
Yeah.
come up.
Yeah.
So then I would be trying to go to turn the door, and the thing would come up, and I'd be like, I need to get it down so I can click on the door, and then it would jump scare me because.
So what you're saying is you had the whole screen to move.
Oh, I did use the screen.
You thought, you know what I'm gonna do? You're right along the bottom.
Oh.
Every time.
It's tempting. It's tempting to go to the bottom though. I think that's what she's saying. She's accidentally
The
hitting
safe
it.
space. Yeah, I just like making.
You gotta train your hands in the art of Five Nights at Freddy's and just go across the top of the scrine.
See, I didn't realize it was all. I thought you had to click it, so I was just going across the screen, and then it just kept doing it, and I didn't. I'm not. I asked how many nights there were. I'm not like everything's not up there. Do you know what I mean? Like, but Foxy, which is like the worst one.
Yeah.
Every time bar 1, I shut the door on him. I was like, my reflexes were like, do you know what I mean? I was like crazy. I was quite impressed with myself.
What were your reflexes like?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good for Five Nights at Freddy's. That's not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, I can clip it as well, so I've got proof. Like,
I do desperately want to see the clip of you asking how many nights there are.
Oh yeah, I give you permission to put it at the end of the video.
Here, yeah, put it in the Discord. We'll put it at the end of the video if we remember to put it in. Oh shit, that'll be great.
It's really tragic because it takes me like a couple of seconds to like, and just go, ha! And I realize what I said. It's one of the many quotes.
That is a good one. I did discover, for some reason, on my Twitter feed, there's an account dedicated to just finding content creators that say Five Nights at Freddy's, and it's just a compilation of all these different content creators saying Five Nights at Freddy's. That's the entire fucking thing. And I was like, I get gimmick accounts, but that has to be the dumbest gimmick out there. And plus, there's no algorithm for that. You have to go in and find all those Five Nights at Freddy's clips where they just say that.
So bizarre.
It's bizarre and just stupid.
Why do I want to follow it now?
Do follow it, yeah, because now you can hear. Put us on it. We said Five Nights at Freddy's a bunch of times.
Yeah.
You stupid bitch. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. We're trying to finagle our way onto a popular Twitter page.
Is it popular?
It showed up in my feed.
How many followers do they have?
I don't know. Let me do some research. You guys fill the time 1 sec.
Have you seen that Chris Pratt is going to be Garfield.
Really? How will he ever defeat Bill Murray's Garfield?
He will not. But it's more the fact that the internet has come to the collective conclusion that Chris Pratt is taking over the world.
Okay.
He's Mario, now he's Garfield.
Voicing
He's
Garfield makes
everywhere.
almost less sense
Yeah. Oh
than
yeah.
Mario.
It's very obscure.
Which I never thought would. That was the one thing too. Jack's Films was talking about. He like made a joke
Yeah.
about it. He's like, let's have Chris Pratt be the new voice of Garfield, and that's what they
really?
did. Yeah, I
Yeah.
retweeted it. I think.
Yeah, you did.
And to answer the
Oh,
question,
right.
content creators saying Five Nights at Freddy's is the name of the Twitter. It has 22,000 followers, so they're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, God.
Is that literally their at as well? Like their name is just content creator
Their ad is saying FNAF.
saying for now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Saying for now.
I mean, it just baffles me. Can you imagine just going one day, I'm gonna get a video of someone, like everyone saying Five Nights at Freddy's, and then the next day you've got like 22,000 followers.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's crazy.
That's
It's
kinda
quite
neat.
impressive. I think it's cool. I love the internet. Like, you know
There's
that
so
egg
much
that
fun, stupid
everyone likes?
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
The
most liked
internet's a
picture in the
weird
world is like
place.
an egg. I was like, oh, okay, interesting.
Oh, the
Cammy's
internet.
disappointed. Like,
Are you disappointed about Chris Pratt being Garfield or the Five Nights at Freddy's Twitter?
or the internet as a whole.
I think the internet as a whole.
Fair
Just-
play, fair play.
It's like, it's just, I love it, and at the same time, sometimes it's just.
Don't even need to say any words to that. I've just pretty
Oh,
much got what you meant.
human race is really stupid, man. Of all the things we
Yeah.
could come up with.
I agree.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
hey, if we didn't have the human race, we wouldn't have this funny Twitter account where I can see Markiplier say Five Nights at Freddy's over and over again.
I thought that you were going to be like, oh, if we didn't have the internet, you wouldn't have press start and then have like a promo thing. But you were like, Five Nights at Freddy's
We
account.
wouldn't have. If we didn't have the internet, we wouldn't have NordVPN, our sponsor for today. A
I know.
protector,
On
a
the screen
defender.
now.
Like and
Oh.
subscribe and give us money, everybody.
Yeah, definitely do that.
Give us all
Great
your
channel
money.
legends.
Yeah. We'll say Five Nights at Freddy's as many times as you want.
We'll do whatever it takes.
Not
Specifically
whatever
for
it
money.
takes.
I literally, my drummer was like, why did you sing karaoke on stream? I was like, because someone gave me £10 and asked me to. And they were like, fair play, fair enough. And I was like,
Funny.
that's what I'll
Work.
do.
That's
Oh,
that's
dear.
2 meals. $10 is 2 meals. 2 like
Or
pretty dang
go to
good
Poundland.
meals.
And get 10
Then get
items.
10 meals. Yeah.
10 little mini meals.
Little tiny baby meals. For babies. You can feed children.
And adults.
And adults alike.
Exactly.
So I guess the lesson of this episode of the Tuesday show is take it where you can get it.
Do anything for money.
Do it all for money. I feel like we
like-
should have one more topic. I forget what it was though. I had stuff
feel like
written
a-
down.
Parent trying to wrangle 2 toddlers. Just
That's the
keep
thing,
talking.
As soon as we met on the first Tuesday show, afterwards Cammy was like, this was a mistake. It's like, why did I introduce them to each other? And I was like, oh, it was
Was it
great.
really
I
We
loved
get
loved
along
it.
it.
great. What's the
We do.
problem?
But it was a mistake.
Like a big house on fire, we get along.
And I'm the child in front of it, like,
Everything is fine. That dog in the
"Everything's
picture.
fine. Let's not worry. Is your
Oh,
other
dear.
topic that you have COVID? I don't think you've actually said that yet.
Oh yeah, I
It's
do have
sad.
COVID, which I guess is why my
yeah.
voice is like this. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys don't fucking me. I don't do nothing. I mind my business. So it's like if I felt sick, I was like, all right, deal with it. And then he was like, okay, you have COVID. So now I'm like over most of the symptoms apart from my face. And that's about that. So I just wait for my voice to clear up, and I get 14 days paid off. because I'm vaccinated and I'm going through it just fine. So get vaccinated because it does not make it that bad, from my
Our
understanding.
sponsor, the NHS, is on screen now.
Oh, that's right. Or the CDC. Or the other people. I don't know all.
Oh yeah, I
of
keep
them.
forgetting that. I keep forgetting that it's just us in England. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
just
it's
like, oh, NHS.
I think
It takes a
it's
minute.
CDC here. I don't know if we have an NHS. National
You do
Health
not have an
Society.
NHS. Let me tell you, you do not have an NHS.
Isn't it just Britain that has NHS?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I thought
guessing.
so.
I
It's
really
I'm
do feel
literally
like a mother
I'm just
teaching her
stupid.
children. No, you're not. But I do
Like,
feel like a
literally,
mother teaching
Did I
children.
tell you guys the condiment story? I think I did. That shows you that I'm not very intelligent. If I've told you the condiment story.
I don't think you have. So we
No,
need to hear
neither do
more.
I.
It's not as good as it, but it is quite funny. A waiter came to us. We were just getting some chips before uni. I was enjoying my chips. He came over and he was like, "Would you like any condiments, ma'am?" I was like, "It's okay. I've already got a knife and fork. We're all good." And he just looked at me, and I was like, "Huh?" I was like, "Oh, but I can ask for sauce if you've got any of that."
Oh god.
That is that's a pretty great story.
Thank you. It's one of the many things
shit.
I've said.
That's a really good
violent.
story.
Thank you. I've got loads. There was one on Twitch where I was talking, and Tom, a mod in my chat and in Cammy's, was like talking about.
Hi Tom.
Hi Tom. Was talking about Switzerland facts. Like, just kept putting them in the chat. I don't know why. Tom, let us know. And I was like, "Oh, you know a lot about Switzerland. Are you from Sweden?" And he was. I didn't even blink. I was like, I just said it, and I was waiting for him to reply, and then everyone was going off in the chat. I was like, "What's wrong?" And then they clipped it, and after stream, that's when I realized what I said.
I wish I had slip-ups like that. That stuff is hilarious. I just like switch letters with like stupid dyslexia when I'm talking, but that's about it. Those are like those are super funny mistakes to make. Yeah, do you have more? These are great.
We'll sit here for an hour.
I could hear these.
Amy, tell us stories.
I could hear you mistaking things for hours.
Oh, I'll think of some more because there's definitely some more. But there's one of my favorite bands. The lead singer's a lot like it, which I think of reason why I've like related. And I think he had one where he dropped an egg on himself. He's like, "Oh, of all the vegetables," and it's just like it's something I'd say, and I strongly relate to it.
Oh fuck! Hey, well, speaking of which, that's a good topic. What bands are at the top? Bands or musicians are at the top of you guys' lists right now?
Coming?
This indie singer called Dogan.
Okay, but a real answer though.
He's Dogan.
but a real answer.
He's Dogan.
I
don't know.
That's a cop-out answer. Of course.
I told you, genuinely, I think you're my top played artist last month.
You were telling me that, and I was like, that I only released. It was a 7-song little album.
Yeah.
Exciting.
And it's not songs you like listen to in your car. Exactly.
Oh, there's songs I listen to.
It's not that kind of music.
How do you spell it?
Oh, it's Dogan.
Is it on Spotify or is it on YouTube?
Oh yeah.
It's on Spotify. Yeah. What is the
Dogan?
Yeah. They're all explicit.
Amazing. I love oh wait, Dogan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dogan.
Oh, I put J. I'm an idiot.
Oh god.
I was like, why is Doja Cat coming up? It's not the one I wanted.
What people I'm listening to at the minute? Listening to Adele's new song.
Great song.
Oh, I haven't heard it yet.
Oh, it's so good. Still listening to the Last of Us 2 album.
That's the only thing she likes.
Literally, pretty much. There's also one scene later on, and it's the only happy scene in the whole game. and
I
it's
love
the
that.
only bit I like keep in my brain as canon. Um, but like, so The Last of Us 2, the one that came out for Outbreak Day. Still listening to Bo Burnham. Not
Classic.
gonna lie. Um, I haven't been listening to that much music. Oh, I've been listening to Toss a Coin to Your Witcher to get me into the mood
Good. Yeah, because that's coming
for
up.
December. Yeah,
I did
not a lot of music.
last night for whatever reason. I'm stuck up in my house. I went through some of my stuff. I fucking went on a Hamilton binge. I started listening to
Oh,
Hamilton,
wow.
and I was like, that's
Top
kind of neat.
quality.
But also
Yeah.
Tyler the Creator right up there, almost nonstop listening to him. And then I went on a little Kanye bender to see how that was doing.
Kanye Bender.
Kanye's pretty good at making music sometimes.
Is Bender a word in America? This feels
Bender,
very British to me.
yeah, where it's like a drinking bender where it's just like you go hard
Yeah.
on one specific thing.
Yeah, I thought it was like a British thing.
Oh no, we use it over here.
Worldwide,
Over here,
dude.
it's more. I don't know. I feel like over here it has more of a negative connotation.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
say
like
it with a
mixed
negative
reviews.
connotation though. I like how it sounds though. It's like I went on a Kanye bender. Because over here it's
Yeah,
like I
free
went
week
on a
Bender.
drinking bender, and it sounds dirty.
Amy, what have you been listening to?
Uh, my band's making an album, so pretty much most of my band's songs.
Woo!
Shout out the band.
Thank you, Marty at the band Marty.
Yeah, they're
But
very
mainly
good.
like, thank you. I like McFly. I love McFly. They're my favorite band. So I feel like I've been listening to them a lot more recently. Because every time I listen to them, like I'm just like happy in my happy
I
place.
think, did that just go over Jacob's head? Do you
Yeah,
know
I
who
got no idea who the
McFly
fuck that is, but I know Marty McFly.
I mean, that's why. Okay, so
That's
fun
what they're
fact.
named after.
So McFly are named after Marty McFly because it was one of their favorite films. And the fun fact is that one of the bandmates was like, "What's this?" Because he'd never seen Back to the Future before, so he thought he meant McFlurry from like McDonald's, aka another reason I can relate to him. Like,
That's a
and
perfect. That's perfect. That's a perfect line to draw.
I know,
Oh my
but
god.
okay. But on in the film, there's a manure van that crashes, I think, at one point, and it has D. Jones, which is his name. So he's like, "Oh yeah, okay, we'll call ourselves McFly then." And then I love them, and I was like, "I want a standalone name," so we're called Marty. So it's like Marty McFly. And
Hey.
Big brain
but
move.
they're a great band. I think they're very British. So like they did do a lot of stuff in
Yeah.
America. They did a
I did get
film.
one look at them, and they look very British.
Really, what
They
are you
look.
looking at? I'm interested.
It's just their Spotify picture. It looks like they just look like. Is it four British chaps sitting
Yep.
about? Yeah, they look
Very
very
British.
British.
Oh,
Because
okay,
All
yeah,
British
that's an
lads.
old photo. I mean, the top photo of the header is more like, yeah.
I don't know what it is that makes them like look so British,
Okay,
but
that's
they just look
interesting.
very British.
They did a film with Lindsay Lohan, in
Just my luck.
America. It's just my luck, and they did like a tour over there and stuff. But
I
I
think
think
they tried to break through, but I don't think it was super successful.
I don't think it ever really is for a British artist in America. Apparently, America's a lot harder to play because
Yeah,
someone
it
once
is.
told me, and this will be getting the confirmation from you. Like, apparently, like some people like have done gigs in America from Britain, and like they just won't clap if they don't like you. They just won't clap. Apparently, but in Britain, we'll just be like
It can be
we'll
it
just.
can be really harsh over here, from what I've
That's what
heard.
I heard. So is that true? Is that like?
Oh yeah, well, because we're borderline oversaturated at this point, which is why I haven't even thought about doing any shows or anything
Mm,
because just like the amount of artists per capita is fucking ridiculous. Like my friend Tommy and his band Holdfast went to do a concert, and there was like they were the headliner of it. They were the best band by far. And there were these two other bands before them, and there were people in there like rocking out to it. But if they played a bad song, that whole thing went silent. Like there was no hope
really?
for it whatsoever. Like it you could
Um,
tell too. Like it would be rocking, but you would hear people yelling and singing along if it was good and clapping. But if it was bad, like it was legitimately just the music. And I like heard
That's
that, and I was like,
crazy.
that's really weird. And so I started looking. I think it is just oversaturated because we've got like 14 artist like rap underground things that people host in basements. They'll pack like 800 people into a basement and have like 14 rappers go up, and it can just be like, if you're bad, if you're one of the 14, they'll say fuck you, get us the next guy.
It's so crazy because I mean it's like we have so many artists here as well, but like I don't know if we're just like there will be people that will like heckle because I think heckling is just like a general thing anyway, whether it is good or bad because we've had people heckle us with good stuff, like but it's still been like stop. You know what I mean? But like we I like I went to a concert and I'm not gonna like call people out. They were a good artist. They were to support. Um, they were just very not my type of artist. Very American, but I don't even think they were American. I think they were British, but it felt American, like pop idol kind of artist. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
fancy
Yeah.
trills every word, which I'd like. Calm down. Do you know what I mean? Like but amazing voice. But I was still like, oh, I just like hype. Do you know what I mean? And I think Britain, you get that, I
We're
guess.
overly polite, aren't we, really?
Yeah,
Just a tad.
And I guess every band from every country tries to break America, or every singer from every country tries to break America. So it's like America has their own artists, and then every other artist in the world, I would have thought, like, I know it's that way over
yeah,
here. You get to a certain level, they want to break America. So then it's like the whole like artist population all
yeah. I don't get why
involved.
though, because I think you want to
Yeah,
break
America's
like
shit, man.
that wasn't what I was saying. That wasn't what I was saying. I
They
think
get why.
There's,
Like,
there's like if you go like for like Spain, France, Brazil are really big. Like they love artists and stuff. If you get like Spain, France, Brazil, China and Korea are a lot hard because they have amazing artists there. But a lot of the people there get so excited. Like I saw a Jessie J concert that she did in Korea, and they were crying. They were like obsessed with her. I think if you break those ones as well, I feel like you'd get more of a I think it's easier and you get like more stuff. Like there was a lady who came to our college, 'cause I went to a music college slash uni, and she wasn't really that popular in the UK, even though she kind of was like, you know what I mean? But she'd got a load of Spotify stuff from France, so she got to go and play and tour to France with people like singing her songs and being really excited. So I think like there's a lot of other countries that I think people could break that would be more effective. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But America's
Like
vaguely.
really big.
yeah, I would love to play in America, but if I was like I wouldn't want to break. I don't have any goals to be like I want to be massive in America. I'd love to be massive in the UK. I'd love to play the O2 in London. It's massive.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah,
the
probably
that's
not
the
as
thing too.
massive.
There's a ton of humongous spots because, like, I knew a band, or I knew a guy, I should say, that wanted to go on tour in Britain.
Mm.
I think it fell through. I forget what the plan was going to be, but like apparently it's like it wasn't too difficult because for a lot of those guys, it's just like you want to make a living while you're doing
Hmm.
it. That's kind of all there is to it. And he was saying like it was possible to do that, and that never even occurred to me at the time. I was like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. So I think it is just about like it depends on what kind of artist you are, because some people will be like, oh, okay, let's go explode overseas and do this and like try to expand. But some people are just content with like, all right, let's do the tour around our fucking country and just do our thing.
100%. That's what I'd want to do.
That's what I want
Like
to do. I don't really care.
yeah, like I've always grown up seeing like when I've gone to see like bands in arenas tours, I've been like, oh, I'd love to be like a support act. Like that'd be kind of cool because the support acts always seem to have like a following that will go then see them, and then you'll get them from the shows as well.
Yeah,
And I was like, I'd be content with just being like, that level of like famous. But like, I'd love to play. Like, if I was gonna be like, oh, I want to do this. Like, some people are like, I want to play America. Mine would be like, I'd love to play the O2 in London. It's like 20,000 people seats, and like I went there to see McFly. What a surprise! And it was huge. It felt massive. I was like, can you imagine? And like when they had a support act, uh, there was a lot of stuff that I was thinking that guitars I would shoot. So I felt so. They were kids, so I felt like that was. I was just like, can you imagine me playing this show with
Imagine,
my band? You know what I mean?
although imagine 20,000 people and you get up and you're about to play your most popular song and you accidentally tuned your guitar wrong and you the first drum is just garbage, but you have to just keep going with it.
Oh god, I'd be like,
God, that would be a nightmare.
I'd be like, I'm singing for this one. Luckily, we have a keyboardist and a drummer, so I feel like we may be able to pull something on the show. That is scary though. You've just now installed the fear in me. That I didn't
Oh,
think
it's
I
fun.
had.
Just remember to tune your guitar before you go on stage.
You know,
Don't
when
be
I go
one of-
play the O2.
Yeah, don't be when you go play the O2 in exactly 6 months and 26 days. Don't do that thing where you go up on stage and you tune it in front of everybody.
I'll just have you in my head. I'll be like one of them old sitcoms where I look up and I'm like, your voice is here, like your string's gonna break, you're gonna die, and
It's
I'm
gonna
like, ah!
fucking break. Screw up.
Oh dear. Cammy's like, yes.
Not musically talented at all. I'll just sit and nod and then listen to you both. It's fine.
Cammy came to one of my gigs where it was like an
Oh,
acoustic
good.
one. And it was so cute because like she was sat with her boyfriend and they were holding hands and there's a really cute photo of them. And my mum was like, oh, they're so in love, aren't they? And I was like,
Oh God,
is the
that's
thing,
so
though.
cute.
Everyone was saying that to me because don't get me wrong, the photo is adorable, and everyone was saying this to me. That, like, oh, it's so sweet, and there was a photographer there who took our photo as well.
That's
And
a good scene.
everyone was saying this to me. Oh, you're so cute, you're so cute. What people didn't realize is at the time I had an awful shoulder situation. Like my shoulder was really cramping and really painful. So if you were like near us and listening, what you'd actually hear and realize is that I was like leaning up against him just because my shoulder, that's the only place I found that was comfortable. It wasn't like a cute lean against thing. It was like my shoulder's hurting, this is what's comfortable. And he was like holding my hand like, how's your shoulder? And I'm like, it's fucking killing me, but I'm fine. That sort of conversation.
That makes it even cuter. I don't think you realize that. Over here, that's what we call a meet cute. That's not what that is, but that's a different thing.
What's a meet cute?
It's a movie trope. It's where you know how it's like, oh, I dropped my books. You like knock into a guy and drop your books.
Oh.
And then he helps you pick it and you both look up and make eye contact. It's like, oh my God, love at first sight. That's a meet cute. It's like that kind of thing.
I think I've told you both how me and my boyfriend met. 'Cause that was not, I don't think that was a meet cute.
It's an interesting cute.
Jacob, have you heard this story?
I have
Like,
not.
You have not?
Hit me with it.
Okay, so I was
That's what
having
she did.
literally I was having a really bad day and I was complaining to the receptionist at our sixth form / college. And Michael came down and he'd already seen me and like thought I was attractive and whatever, and so he wanted an opportunity to talk to me. So we both stood at reception and I was just complaining. Like, I didn't know who he was. So I was like, our sixth form was awful. It was like closing down and there was about 6 students. It was a mess. But anyway, so I was like, teachers walked out. This is ridiculous. This is so stupid. They need to get their act together. Blah, 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 blah. And the IT guy came in and he was changing the printer cartridges. And obviously, because it's a school, the printer cartridges aren't like little, they're like big. And they came in a big cardboard box. And he went, oh, if it helps, just hit Michael with this big cardboard box. Because the IT guys knew him because he's really good with computers. And I was like, would that be okay? Because I'm in a really bad mood. I'll take the opportunity to hit someone. Because he already had a crush on me. He was like, oh, it's fine. I hit him really hard around the head and he didn't expect me to hit him as hard as I did. And that's how we met.
Aww.
What a meet cute.
A beat
What a
cute.
meet cute.
There you go.
A beat.
Hey. That's an
Hi.
adorable story. God, you guys are so
It is
fucking
cute.
cute. God.
Yeah, stop it, Cammy. Stop being cute.
Shut the fuck up,
Stop
Cammy. Stop being so cute.
Stop being happy in a relationship.
God
Cammy.
damn it, Cammy.
I'm trying to think of not cute things. Not cute stories
You're
to tell
always
you.
cute. They're always cute.
That was adorable.
Oh, I'll tell you when we're not cute. It's when we try and play video games together. That ain't cute.
I've played
That's
video games with you,
competitive.
and I can agree.
Yeah, that's
me and
competitive.
me and Cammy played It Takes Two, which we said, but like it's a game about being together. And
It wasn't. Or it wasn't. It was a game about mini games and who was going to win the mini game tournament, and it was me.
Oh god, I'm so glad we didn't do Mario Party for our Halloween stream.
Yes.
Because
Oh, I'd love that. I'd be
oh
angry.
hey,
Love that.
speaking of, we could set something up like that if you guys ever wanted to do like a little Mario Party game night.
Yeah.
We could do something
Hell
like
yeah.
that for the channel because we have the means these days.
We have the means now.
Yeah, the means and the means.
We can
It's
get
all
it
good.
done.
I will I'll put in, I don't know if I sent this to you before, but this is a great picture of me and Cammy for our It Takes Two moment. It's my background on my computer.
Beautiful.
So like
Who's
whenever
your
I open like
background?
it's still my background, I've just not changed it.
Well, Jacob will be able to put it up, and
I
like
will.
a big Amy watermark on it.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
My mom's
was
like,
very
"What's that on your screen?" And I'm like,
It's nothing.
"Just a
It's
picture."
nothing.
Oh god.
Glorious.
Jesus
Me and my
Christ.
wife.
Yeah.
Hire
Oh
me
my
for all your
God.
photoshopping needs.
Well, you like trimmed out parts of your hair and then left her hair in.
No, because the thing is, that photo of me, it was from like that bit was already cut off anyway, so I didn't do it on purpose. It wasn't.
I
It
love
wasn't
that.
an artistic thing.
It looks very strange.
You could have asked me for a photo. You could have like said to me, "Oh, can you just take a photo from a certain angle for me?" But you
No.
didn't.
It's
You just
like
found like one or two photos you had and was like, "I shall make this work."
it's like
Yep, that's pretty much it.
it's like borderline creepy. Like this is something like a detective finds like at a crime scene. It's like
It's
he
like
was
my room
photoshopping
is-
their faces on the. It looks kind of like that.
There was a time when I was in lockdown and I made friends with these amazing people, and they were all religious though. Not that's a bad thing, but it needed to be mentioned for the story to make sense. They were all religious, and we had a Discord server that we was in, and one day I was like, I got bored and I had this vision when I woke up, and I was like, I need to do this. And I was like, I wonder if they're gonna think it's offensive, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And you know the Last Supper meal, I just photoshopped all of our faces onto the Last Supper meal. And then it was the Discord server picture for a long time.
Yeah.
And there's a picture of my friend, and she's like, because I found a photo of that, and it's one of them, and she's like, and I just photoshopped the face onto this one. It's so funny.
That's pretty.
But yeah,
funny.
I'll try and find it. I don't know where it's gonna be, but it's one of my finest work.
That's
Oh,
pretty
wow.
fantastic.
See, we're
Oh,
all
God.
very artistic. Yeah.
Oh no, Cammy's like a proper artist, and then I do shit like this. Like it's really not the same.
It's exactly the same.
It's
You
all
haven't
the
seen my
same.
artistic process. It's exactly
Oh,
the
okay.
same.
Yours is more polished than mine. Like, Cammy's
It's
is stuff
just-
you see in galleries, mine's stuff you find on Reddit. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like.
Yes, both masterpieces. Beautiful.
Give me any Photoshop, I'll do one. That'll be great.
Photoshop
No, why would you say
Luke's head
Okay.
that?
onto
I'm a Japanese person.
No,
No, that's probably racist.
I
Right?
was-
What did you just say?
I was gonna say, get that picture where it's Hideo Kojima with that one really short guy, and then put Luke's head on the really short guy. So it's Luke with Hideo
Oh,
Kojima.
even better.
Okay, I
We
will
have
do that
an
for you tonight. Send
We
me,
have an
type it
ongoing
in.
joke. An
I'll t-
ongoing joke that's not a joke because it's entirely true. That Luke hates Japanese people and anything Japanese. Hence my thought process that he
Okay,
should be on a
okay, I was
Japanese
like-
person.
I was so confused that you were like just photoshopping onto a Japanese person. I was like, where did that come from? That was so left field.
Oh yeah, we keep saying Luke hates Japan, which is not true, by the way, but we're gonna keep joking about it. He just every once in a while, he'll just like like it hasn't been lining up, I guess. He's like, yeah, what's crazy about Ghost of Tsushima the first time? So I was like, yeah, it's because you hate
Yeah.
Japan, you racist, like that
There
sort
was
of thing.
just a lot of. We were just talking about video games, and there just happened to be like a run of a couple of Japanese ones that he just didn't vibe with for whatever reason.
Or like
So I
yeah,
think one was then like Near Automata as well.
Or Nintendo
'Cause
was screwing up. Nintendo screwed up on
yeah,
release.
Nintendo screwed up. There was
And Luke's
no.
always the one with like the longest point usually on that show. He'll like have like the most, or like, because me and Cammy are pretty straightforward. We're like, what a fucking idiot, or what a great job.
What an idiot! I didn't like it.
But
Whatever.
Luke is like, this is how it impacts the industry as a whole. And then then we just immediately trivialize it. It's like, that's just because you hate Japan, you idiot.
Yeah, you stupid idiot.
I will happily get on this. This didn't speak to me, but
get
I
in
will.
There we
with
go.
We provide the fun segues and the piss takes. Luke can provide the actual thought.
We're the ones that scream, wait a minute, every 5 to 8 minutes to move on to the next subject.
Yeah.
I respect it. I respect that.
I put so much thought into those segues as well. Like the occasion, Jacob just rolls them off. I put serious thought, and sometimes I think you can see my eyes glaze over as I'm like trying to think, and then it hits me, and I'm like,
How do I do this?
I have a segue. I've thought of one I'm really proud of.
You should just
Yeah.
buy a little Segway, and whenever you need one, you just throw up like this Segway, and then you go into the next thing.
Don't
That's
think
fine.
you realize how heavy segues are. If you
No,
think
I
you
don't.
can just go, ta-da!
They're pretty heavy.
Take
There's
a cardboard cup.
We can end on this. End with this image in your head. There is a 330-pound man in my town who rides around on the streets to get where he needs to go on a massive fucking Segway. And my town is not, it has no infrastructure for that. It's got like dirt roads and like no bike lanes. He just, picture this, a guy in a bike helmet, big fucking head, a huge man on a Segway, no facial expression, just very seriously driving down the street. That's a real person in the town where I am.
I need to see it. I need to see it.
Oh man, I'd take a picture of him, but I feel like does that mean?
Offensive, yeah.
If I'm like, hey man,
Violation of privacy.
they don't believe me. It's true though. I've seen him. I don't know where he goes. I've never seen him inside any stores or anything.
Just like imaginary friend that you've made up. And he's
He's real. I almost hit him one night because he didn't have his little lights on. He has a little light on the back of his. He has a little light on the back of his helmet, and he didn't turn it on, and I almost hit him. It was on this back road by where I used to live. I think he lived over there. Oh my god.
Segway man, wherever you are.
We love you, Segway man.
We appreciate you.
Oh, I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him in a good
decisions.
while though. But I moved away from that part of town, so maybe I have to head back over there.
Oh, okay, that's probably
Hopefully
why.
he's okay.
This one's for you, Segway man. We'll see you all next time, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.